Ever heard of a mutant whose powers change depending on the danger around them? That's Lifeguard. And yeah, the name sounds more like a summer job than a superhero, but don't let that fool you. She's the kind of character who's grown wings in the middle of a fight, tanked heavy hits, and saved people on pure instinct. One moment, she's just a laid-back surfer girl, and the next, a glowing gold warrior with alien symbols and claws. Her powers react to whatever the situation needs. On top of that, she's got ties to the Shi'ar Empire, a shady family history, and more drama than your favorite soap opera. Honestly, she's one of Marvel's most underrated mutants and way cooler than most people realize. So in this video, we're digging into the full story of Heather Cameron, also known as Lifeguard, and why Marvel really needs to bring her back. Let's back it up. Heather Cameron grew up in Australia. On the surface, she's just a regular human woman. Cool, calm, blonde surfer vibes with a big heart. But it didn't take long before weird stuff started happening. Her mutant powers didn't show up in childhood like some of the other X-Men. Instead, they kicked in with flair when things went south. Think, my brother's getting shot at south. Her powers are reactive, literally. One moment she's got gills to save someone drowning, the next she's got metal skin when a fight breaks out. Now, about that brother, Davis Cameron, codenamed Slipstream, another surfer dude turned mutant with teleportation powers that let him ride on warp waves through space-time. Think of him as the Silver Surfer's chill cousin, who wears board shorts. Heather and Davis were inseparable until things started going sideways, as they always do in the X-Men world. Turns out their dad was a crime lord. He had dealings with the Shi'ar Empire, and if you know anything about the Shi'ar, it's this: they don't do casual. They do total galaxy-level drama. Heather found out her father was Shi'ar royalty, which suddenly made her part alien, or most likely genetically engineered. Now, when you're just out there trying to save people, and then you suddenly got golden wings, you really don't know what to do with yourself. To top that, half the Marvel universe suddenly has opinions about your family tree. There's no chill in the X-Men universe. Heather always thought she was just weirdly lucky in emergencies. It wasn't until the psychic explosions that she really thought she needed to talk with someone. Cue the entrance of the X-Men. Heather and Davis both joined the X-Men Splinter Squad known as Extreme X-Men, led by Storm and Rogue. It was basically the "we're tired of Professor X's lectures" team. This is where Heather really started to shine. Her powers kicked in constantly with the golden armor, wings, claws, and enhanced senses. Whatever the team needed, her body delivered. Honestly, she was like a mutant Swiss Army knife, only cooler and much more sparkly. But with great power apparently comes suspicion. Davis started freaking out about how alien she looked when her powers activated. And I mean, golden skin, Shi'ar glyphs all over the place. He really stopped seeing his sister at one point. It got so bad that he left the team altogether, stating it's too weird for him, which honestly is a low blow from a guy who teleports on cosmic surfboards. Despite the family drama, Heather stayed with the team and proved herself in serious fights. She helped take down enemies way out of their league, saved teammates on multiple occasions, and didn't even flinch when her own DNA was turning into something weird, because that's the thing about Lifeguard. They just show up to save people. Every single time. For someone with this much potential, X-Men credentials, Marvel kind of forgot about her. She's barely shown up in the last decade. No major arcs or solo runs, just the occasional cameo, usually when the X-Men are short-staffed. But fans remember, and we want more of her. Heather Cameron has all the ingredients of a powerhouse hero. Compelling origin, unique powers, complicated relationships, and a literal royal twist. She's basically a narrative goldmine. Pun absolutely intended. Major role of Lifeguard in Marvel Comics. So where exactly has Lifeguard been all this time? Heather Cameron had a ridiculously short run in Marvel Comics, especially during her time with the Extreme X-Men. This squad did high-stakes missions and global warfare before breakfast. Heather joined the team right in the middle of a storm, quite literally. The Extreme X-Men were on a globe-trotting mission to collect Destiny's diaries. Storm led the charge, with Rogue, Bishop, Thunderbird, Sage, and others on the roster. And into that blender of personalities comes Lifeguard, with her new powers flaring up by the minute, and zero clue what the Shi'ar are. The rest of the squad was still trying to dodge explosions, and she's over there catching teammates mid-air with newly grown wings. Talk about onboarding at full speed. But the big moment came in the Southeast Asia mission, where things got really ugly. The team found themselves hunting for a missing mutant girl in the middle of a local war zone. But before they could even get their bearings, bam, mercenaries. Mutant traffickers everywhere. During this chaos, Heather's body decided to go full alien mutation mode. Her skin turned metallic gold, her eyes changed, and strange patterns resembling Shi'ar symbols began surfacing on her body. She looked like real Shi'ar royalty. Everyone on the team blinked twice, and even Sage, the human supercomputer of the X-Men, was like, I need to run some diagnostics. Heather didn't even have time to panic. The mission went nuclear. The enemies escalated, people were dying, buildings were collapsing, and she was sprouting claws and armored plates like it was nothing. Again, all reactive. Her powers aren't flashy until they have to be, and in this case, they had to be massive. Her form adapted to protect her and others. Meanwhile, her brother Slipstream was unraveling like a wet sock. He couldn't handle the alien makeover. One moment he was surfing warp holes, the next he was yelling, "You're not my sister anymore!" The dude full-on rage quit. That left Heather with a fractured family and a power set she didn't understand. But instead of crumbling, she doubled down and stuck with the team. Later, during the Khan storyline, which is not Star Trek, I promise, Lifeguard joined the team in defending Earth against an interdimensional invasion led by an emperor named Khan. The invaders were pulling a conquer Earth, take no names approach, and Heather again rose to the occasion. While other team members were getting tossed around like ragdolls, she shifted into yet another new form. This was the point where Lifeguard stopped being the new girl with reactive powers and became the glue that held the extreme team together. She took hits that would have leveled a bus and saved civilians mid-collapse. It's not that she became stronger than everyone, but she was exactly what the moment needed. You could throw her into a fight with Sentinels, and she'd sprout jet thrusters and laser-blocking shields if that's what survival demanded. And then, she vanished. Seriously, post-Khan arc, Marvel ghosted her. There at least needed to be a proper closure, but we didn't get it. She made brief appearances here and there, filling in when a mutant backup squad was needed, but the depth of her powers was left hanging like a Wi-Fi signal in the woods. It's like Marvel had a golden egg and decided to focus on just another one of Wolverine's clones instead. Which is criminal, honestly, because Lifeguard is one of the only mutants who's a walking metaphor for fight or flight. Except she always chose fight, with claws. And sometimes wings. And possibly alien feathers? It's complicated. The Shi'ar connection alone could have launched a dozen arcs. Was she a secret heir? A hybrid experiment? A mutant bred as some kind of cosmic defender? The breadcrumbs were all there, and Marvel just swept them under the rug, like she was an awkward guest at a cosmic dinner party. And despite the editorial blackout, Lifeguard's role in the Extreme X-Men run cemented her as a hero's hero. Not because she wanted glory, not because she trained in a danger room, but when disaster struck, her powers didn't ask for permission. She saved people before they knew they needed saving. That's a pretty major role in any universe. And the truth is, she's not done. Heather Cameron is still out there. Golden skin, Shi'ar DNA, heart of steel, possibly literally. The Marvel Universe is always one multiversal reboot away from calling her back. And when they do, she'll adapt, like always. Looks, goals, abilities, and personality of Lifeguard. Let's start with the obvious. Lifeguard looks like someone cosplaying as a deity made entirely of bling. When her powers are active, she's literally golden. She glows like an Oscar trophy with wings. Her eyes usually shift to a piercing shade that screams intergalactic royalty. And then there are the Shi'ar markings that appear across her skin like alien circuitry, hinting at her alien lineage. Sometimes she sprouts armored claws. Sometimes she's got gills and looks entirely not human. Now, when she's not actively morphing to survive, she's an athletic Aussie surfer chick with golden blonde hair. That's her base look until her mutant powers decide otherwise. And honestly, there's no predicting how she'll look from one emergency to the next. She's a walking emergency toolkit with a wardrobe provided by evolution itself. Now let's talk powers. And buckle up because this isn't your standard laser beams and flying package. Lifeguard has reactive adaptation, which is basically her mutant body's way of saying, no worries, I've got this. She doesn't choose which ability to use. Her body makes the executive decision for her, depending on the danger around her or others. She might develop wings to escape a fall, armored skin to deflect bullets, aquatic features to save someone underwater, you name it. There are no limits established, which is both terrifying and amazing. If she were tossed into a volcano, we'd probably see lava-resistant scales and heat-absorbing skin. Heather's powers aren't about dominance. She's not out there hunting sentinels for sport. Her core function is protection. She's like an instinctual human shield with an alien operating system. If there's someone in danger nearby, even if she isn't threatened, her powers still activate. Personality-wise, Heather is grounded both literally and emotionally. She didn't ask for glory, and she's not interested in being famous. She's loyal and humble, someone entirely unfazed by all the Shi'ar weirdness getting thrown at her. When her own brother bailed on her because of how alien she looked, she still stayed focused on helping others. She's brave without being loud about it. As for goals, Lifeguard doesn't have some huge world-saving master plan or mutant manifesto. She's not trying to rule anything, since at her core, her values are to protect, whether it's one person or an entire city. Marvelous verdict. Marvel really fumbled the bag with Lifeguard. Here's a character who can morph into whatever the crisis demands. Yet she got shelved faster than a failed Dazzler album. Still, she remains one of the coolest what-if characters Marvel ever made. So here's the real question. If Lifeguard ever made a comeback, what emergency would you want her to evolve for? Drop it in the comments. Let's manifest that golden return. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more such deep dives. Until then, stay marvelous.